Hello YouTube, this is Sonic2KK here, and welcome back to another Python programming tutorial. And in this tutorial, we are going to make our calculator. We are actually going to make it! Oh, this is going to be awesome. Now, we are going to need the math function, because in case you couldn't guess, we want our calculator to do all the stuff here. So what we want to do is, since we don't need this code, instead of just deleting it, I'm going to keep it just in case you need a point of reference. We are going to make this calculator kind of overly complicated. We're going to try and combine stuff that we know already. Yeah. So hold on 1 second. So we're not going to use everything, but we're going to use some stuff. And it should help you. We're going to use try and accept blocks. I'm going to teach one more thing about exceptions that I didn't teach in the last tutorial. It won't be raised. I won't be teaching that because I don't think that's necessary right now. I might teach that in a later tutorial though, but I don't think I'll teach it in this tutorial because this is about a calculator, making a calculator. Yay! So yeah. I might even do some more Python about this lesson, but anyway, I need to get on topic. We're going to make a calculator, and in the calculator, how do we start it? Well, we want to say print, or we want to, what do we want to try? Oh yeah, we want to, I don't know, we don't need to do it there. We're going to print, oh no. Yeah, no. I'm confused. Print, what calculator do you want? We can have either. And what we're going to teach is \n. Now, the print statement up until the \n should make sense. Or you can have, not either, I don't know why I put in either. \n. What the heck does this do? This doesn't make sense to you right now. Well, it might, but this basically means go to a new line. If Python is reading a string and sees \n, it will think go to a new line. But if you did \n out here, it would give you a syntax error. But if you do it in a string, it would recognize it. And yeah, this is an escape character, by the way. If you wanted to, say you want to have another pair of double quotes, see how it would do that. Say you want to do speech marks, you would have to do / and speech mark, and it escapes it, and it lets you do stuff like that. Hi, and then said Jim. And the \n's and stuff, the backslashes don't show up if they're escape characters, if Python recognizes them as escape characters. So you can have \n, 1 addition, \n. I'm actually going to write in all these options. I finished all these up, and if we run the program right now, it will say, what do you want? And it will list all these. Notice how they go to a new line, because I did the \, and the addition has a space here, and it doesn't need one. So what calculator do you want? You can have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, square root, exponent. And actually, I just noticed something. We will want this in a try block. Try, and this is where the overcomplicatedness comes in, because this is going to be an input. Now this isn't the overly complicated part, by the way. It should be simple stuff to you. Choice equals input, and this will prompt for an input, but what we want to do is we want to convert it to an integer. And then we want to say accept value error. Actually, what you can do is you can have multiple errors, like you can have them in a bracket and then put in like name error, value error, and so on, so you can catch multiple errors in one statement. But what we want to do is we only want to check for one, and that will be a value error as E. Now what does this do? This stores the error in the value E. I believe. Then we want to print R E. And then if we type L, it won't even give an R. I don't know why. Maybe if we just do this. No. Actually, what we want is we want \n at the back of this as well, because we want it to be on a new line that you get the input. That's E. It was the int that gave the error, I believe, because we don't need the ints. Hold on. Debugging. What it was, it needed to be raw input and converted to an integer. Because it would just get the error anyway, because it was looking for an integer, so it would do it automatically. But we want to give the user our own new error message, because then they'll be like, whoa, what the heck does this mean? And then we're going to add E to the end. And that is the traceback. What we want to do is we want... No. Well, we don't need that. We're going to say error. You did not enter a number. And then we want to say retry. And this retry method, or function, we have not defined yet. So basically, what this does is we'll check for input, raw input, and convert it to an integer. If it tries to convert it to an integer, but it's not, it will run this error, because it'll say, well, it's not, well, we're trying this, it didn't work, so is there an accept block? Yes, there is. And we are going to, what does it accept? It accepts a value error, so we're going to check for this checks for a value error. And we're going to print error, you did not enter a number, because we do not need to, we do not need our own error message. So Python is like, well, we don't need our own error message, this user's already provided one, because they're so nice. And it's going to call the retry method after. But what does retry do? Well, retry it basically runs the entire piece of code again and does the exact same as what this does, except every time it fails it calls itself again. So what we want to do is we want to say we said L, and so error, you did not enter a number, and it will prompt us for a number again. L, you did not enter a number, do it again, and it will keep doing that until we give it a number. And then it should probably just quit the program, but I'm going to have a few backslashes here. Or you did not enter a number, just so you have some white space to differentiate between the options. Wow, these tutorials are getting long. Yeah. Now if we enter if we enter 1, it will just exit the program. Yeah. That should have been expected of you, because everything worked well. So we're gonna say no, actually no. We could add a debug or a thing that says finally if debug is activated, then do blah 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 blah. But we actually don't want to do that because that is way not way over complicated. But it's not something I want to have in our calculator for right now. But we're gonna say if choice. Actually, no, because we want to do that in the try block, I believe. So we're gonna say. But actually, no, because then we're gonna say def calculate input, And then what we want to do is we want to have this call it, because this will only run if there is a success. And just to prove that, we're going to print have so we enter 1. Calculate input is not defined. Oh, this needs to be put up at the top because it's reading down. It's like, oh, this doesn't exist. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Oh no, it did. Yeah, well, it ran when we give it correct input. But it wouldn't have ran if we give it incorrect input. Yeah. So here, what we want to do is we want to calculate the input. So I want to say if choice is equal to here choice equals none, just because we want it to have a value. Well, actually, no, we don't even need to do that because blah blah blah. If choice is equal to if choice is equal to 1, then they choose 1. Because don't forget, we converted it to an int here, so we don't need to put quotes around it. 1. And also I have, well, actually no, that's at the end of the tutorial. Yeah. So choice is equal to 1, then we want to call add nums. If choice is equal to 2, we want to say sub nums. This is where it gets a bit complicated. Choice is equal to 3. Num. If choice is equal to 4. Div nums. If choice is equal to 5. What was 5? Mod square exponent mod nums choice is equal to 6 nums if choice is equal to 7 exponent. Let's say power numbers. Now, I wrote exponent here. Exponent is the same as power numbers, basically. You could have wrote power numbers, but I thought exponent was the best way to put it, just for the example. Yeah. And then we're gonna say else print you did not enter a number, not enter a valid number. Please try again. Press Ctrl C to quit. And what it's going to do here is it's going to call retry, because it didn't. You didn't enter if the number you enter wasn't 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Then else you didn't enter a correct number, and we're gonna have to retry. How many backslashes? 1 2 3. So if you want 8 or do not enter a valid number, please try again. Then we call colon, you did not enter a number. You did not enter a number. And then if we type 9, says you do not enter a valid number. And if we press Control C, it was keyboard input. You don't have to worry about these errors, you'll just get them, but it's keyboard interrupt, basically, because you press Control and C, and that is a character to override